Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name's Lumen and today we're jumping into Warhammer 40k Darktide. This is a new co-op focused experience from the team that brought us the Vermintide series, Fatshark. It's a PvE, FPS, hack and slasher that pits you against hordes upon hordes of enemies. And it also has a pretty robust character creation system. We're going to check it out right now. It's good stuff. Believe me, you're going to want to see this. So, before I start talking about the video itself, I'm just going to say, hey, timestamps, check them out. Use the timestamps, find what you're looking for, so you can leave satisfied. That's all I ask of you. Now, we're going to have a look at the operatives first. Check their descriptions out, check their abilities out, see what they can do. Then, we're going to start by customizing the first one, second one, third one, then fourth one. And I'm going to say that each of them will have some lore stuff that we're going to jump through. That seems to be, at this point at least, random. Like, every time you jump into one of them, it shows you a certain sort of selection of the lore choices you can make. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if each one's supposed to give you different lore choices. I don't know. I appreciate the fact that you get to build up a story around your character. I think it's awesome. But for the purposes of this video, we're having a look at the cosmetic stuff, the visual stuff, and that's it. There's a lot. Trust me when I say there's a lot, and it's cool. So, let's get started. Let's start over here with the operatives, the veteran Sharpshooter. Troopers of the Astra Militarum. Veterans are valued as skilled and seasoned warriors for the Emperor of Mankind. Sharpshooter. Deadly. Precise. As a sharpshooter, you specialize in ranged combat drills. Whether making every shot count, or opt into spray and pray your way through the mission, you can outshoot any heretic. You can quite clearly see a little video of how this character looks in action. It's kind of cool. It's a nice way to sort of give you a taste of what you're getting into here. It shows all the abilities off that I'm going to be reading about just now, and it just gives you a look at basically how you would play if you select this operative. Ability. Volley fire. Enter a ranged stance for 4 seconds, instantly equipping your ranged weapon, and designating nearby elite and specialist enemies as priority targets. During this stance, you deal 50% increased range damage. Iconic. These are passives. Make every shot count. 15% extra weak spot damage. Be prepared. Increased ammo reserves for all ranged weapons by 75%. Blitz. That's your... well, it's your grenade, basically. Some of them have slightly different stuff, but it's mostly your grenade. Fragmentation grenade that explodes after a short fuse timer. Aura is scavenger hunt. You and all allies in coherency gain a small amount of ammo whenever any of you kill an elite enemy. The unique weapons for this operative, the combat shovel, that's an axe, and plasma guns. Okay, next up we have the Zealot preacher. Zealots are fanatically pious warriors whose rage and fervor in the Emperor's name lead them to places those of lesser faith would fear to tread. They have super cool looking armor. Nihilistic, frenzied, tireless. You care not if you live or die, so long as the foe is vanquished in the God Emperor's name. As a preacher, your faith grows stronger as your body tires, empowering your attacks with holy wrath. Your strength comes not from fallible flesh, but from the rapture of righteous, violent triumph. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty fantastic. And the charge that they do is actually just awesome. Like, I love it. That thing. That's called Chastise the Wicked. It's their ability. The preacher dashes forward or towards a targeted enemy, replenishing all toughness, increasing the damage for the next melee hit by 25%, and making it a guaranteed critical hit. Their passives, Martyrdom. Plus 5 damage for each 15 missing health. Max stacks 3. Until death, every 90 seconds. Taking damage that would otherwise kill you makes you invulnerable instead. And then Swift Exorcism. That's 10% extra melee attack speed. Their grenade is the Stun Grenade. It throws a stun grenade that stuns all enemies within blast radius. Their aura is the Emperor's Will. 10% toughness reduction for all allies in coherency. I assume that means in range, but I'm not 100% sure. Unique weapons, two-handed thunder hammers, and flamers. Then we have the Psyker, Psykinetic. Psychic mutants or Psykers draw power from the Immaterium to fuel their formidable mental abilities. They are viewed with suspicion as witches throughout the Imperium. They also have some pretty cool looking armor and weapons. Warp charges, versatile, unstable. Your Psykinetic mastery allows you to manipulate the fundamental forces of motion with the power of your mind, empowering your allies even as you weaken your foes, and exploding the odd head or two in the bargain. Their swords look really cool. And I mean, exploding heads? Yeah. Yeah, that's a plus. There it is. Pop. Ability. Psykinetic's Wrath. Reset the perils of the warp meter to 0 and stagger enemies in front of you. They're iconic. That's their passives. Warp Siphon is killing an enemy with Brain Burst, earns a warp charge. Each charge grants 3% damage. Warp charges are retained for 20 seconds. You can store up to 4 charges. That's cool. It's up to 12%. Inner Tranquility, that reduces your peril generator by 10%. I think that's your threat, but I'm not sure. Blitz. Brain Burst. Target an enemy after short duration. This ability deals a high amount of damage to the target. Their Aura. Kinetic Presence. Allies in Coherency gain 10% extra damage. I think that means to elite enemies. Then unique weapons, Force Swords and Force Staves. Then, the final and most interesting operative. The Ogryn Skullbreaker. Ogryns are massive, powerful abhumans, often used as shock troops for the Astra Militarum. They are strong and loyal, but have limited intelligence. Ferocious, bone-crunching, dim-witted. They're also very tall, as you can see. Subtlety isn't in a Skullbreaker's limited vocabulary. You prefer to rush headlong into the fray, pounding your chosen target into the ground, relying on your innate physical toughness to brush aside the inevitable counter-attack. Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. As does their grenade. Ability, Bull Rush. Even their abilities descriptions are like super short. Ferocious Charge. Their passives, Excessive Force, that's 25% melee stagger. Loyal Protector, being damaged while reviving or assisting allies no longer interrupts you. Thick Skin, 20% toughness damage reduction, 20% health damage reduction. Their Blitz is Grenade Box. Throw an entire box of grenades with great strength and enthusiasm. Single target, high damage attack. Aura is Intimidating Presence. It's 10% heavy melee attack damage for all allies in Coherency. And their unique weapon is their Grenadier's Gauntlets. Yeah, it looks sick. And that is the final operative. Now we're going to jump onto the customization section. We're going to start on the Veteran Sharpshooter. Then we'll move on to the Zealot Preacher. Then the Psyker, Psykinetic. And finally the Ogryn Skullbreaker. Once again, check the timestamps if you want to see any of these specifically. I'm going to say here and now that there's not a lot different on these first 3. We're still going to look at them, but there's not a lot different. So I'm going to go relatively quickly through them. The one thing that will be a little different on each of them is that there's going to be a few different hairstyles and some different tattoos. Alright? So, let's go. Now the lore stuff, you get to pick a homeworld over here. None of this really affects the game in any way. The only homeworld here that has a unique option tied to it is Cadia. It gives you 2 different eye shades that you can use, like different eye colors basically. Not a single one of the other options has anything tied to them. And none of this affects gameplay. It's also, after this point, this is always the same, so you can choose your home world here, but after this point, these ones are random. Like, they give you a random 3 for your childhood, they give you a random 3 for growing up, and this is just extra stuff, as you can see here. A random, well, it wasn't 3. Yeah, a random bunch for defining moments, and then, finally, you get to do your appearance. We're going to start with the male body type, and then we'll jump through, we'll listen to the voices, then we'll do the female, we'll jump through, listen to the voices, and for each of them we'll randomize a little bit as well. So, this is your character. Here you go. You're going to zoom in and you're going to see why I like this character creation system so much. They look fantastic. So, first things first, I'm just going to take all the extras off. Because with a lot of this stuff, the tattoos and the scars sort of mess with it a little bit. Right, let's look at the faces. And then we'll look at the skin colors after that. Man, you know, these faces, they're all very different, right? There are younger ones, there are older ones. Different ethnicities that probably want different skin tones attached to them. But the one thing they have in common is that they all looking a little dead inside. They've all seen some shit, dude. These guys. Oh my god. Not one of them is happy. Chipper. You know? Good to go. No, these guys. They are well and truly fitting in with the Warhammer 40k world. So yeah, there's a decent selection. I love what they've done in this with the shading, with the wrinkles, with the skin textures and stuff like that. The models are great. They're really cool. Let's look at the skin tones. You'll get a look at how the different faces work well together with the different options once we start randomizing. I do feel like the skin tones don't really go dark enough, but there might be lore reasons for that. I don't know the Warhammer universe all that well. For the purposes of this video, or at least this customization, let's just take that one. It doesn't really matter. Eye colors. As I mentioned, 2 of them are tied to the world of Cadia. It's a world that was blown up. Maybe that has something to do with it. They're not particularly nice eye shades, so it's whatever. The eye colors are not all that impactful. I mean, yeah, they're okay, but when you zoom out, which you can do on the fly, you obviously can't really see them. And even when you zoomed in, it's just one of those things. Like, sometimes games have super visible and bright and vibrant eyes, and sometimes games don't. I do think that this suits Warhammer better. You don't want, like, you know, super lumo eyes. You just don't want that. It wouldn't fit here. Then you get to pick whether you want the eyes clouded over. You can have one, you can have the other one, or you can have both. And then hairstyles. Always my favorite part of a character creation system. We're going to leave it on the black color here. This game is a pioneer in one aspect, that it offers you 4 different bald head styles. 4. Never before seen. I have actually honestly never seen that before. it's kind of sick. Yeah, it's cool. I love the hair physics in this. I like the texture they used on it. Sometimes it's a bit hit or miss, you know. With a lot of games, the hair feels rigid. It feels stiff. It feels lifeless, you know. And the texture looks like it's out of place on the character model. This actually looks alright. It looks alright. I kind of like it. And you will see that there's some decent hair physics as well. Like, it's pretty okay. Again, some of these might be tied to certain ethnicities. They might look better with different skin colors. And when we randomize, you'll see that. I also want to mention that the hairstyles are the same on male and female. So, for the most part, the males and females of any specific operative will have the same hairstyles. But there are different hairstyles on different operatives. Okay, colors. Let's take this one and look at the colors. Much like with the eyes, the colors are not super vibrant. It's okay. They look cool. They look fine nonetheless. They can, when used in conjunction with the other abilities, create some pretty interesting looks. At least I think so. Now I'm going to pick a shorter hairstyle so it doesn't interfere with our facial hair. Facial hair, by the way, means even the eyebrows. I'm very impressed by the facial hair system here. I think that even more so than the hair, facial hair can be hit or miss. Not a lot of games do good beards. The beards in this one, they're pretty good. They're okay. And I mean, I like the eyebrows. I like that they have some substance to them, you know. It's not just like a texture stuck on there. They have some volume, you know. Got some sideburns there and a little mustache. Yeah, I think the beard game in this is pretty strong. It's cool. It's pretty cool. For the most part. There are some that I just really don't like all that much. I'll tell you which ones. I'll tell you when we get to them. Everything so far is just fantastic. Fantastic. Here we have the Ethiopian caterpillar. This one. I don't know why. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it bothers me. I think that there's a certain movie where Leonardo DiCaprio had this beard. I can't remember. That actually looks okay. That one's fine. And this one, yeah, man. I think that's the Abe Lincoln, right? I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Okay. Let's take this off so we can see the facial tattoos. The color here, by the way, is just your hair color, right? So if you change in this, it's just the hair color. You can make them all the same color, but it is the same as your hair. So don't worry, you're not missing anything there. Facial tattoos. This is going to be different. I'm not sure if it's entirely different, but it's going to be different for each of the operatives. They got a thing with teeth. For whatever reason. It says purge down there, and there's a tooth at the ear. Like what is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys knows. Body tattoos. These are less impactful. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The lion. There's a spider. Another lion. This one says Valkyrie on the back. There's some stuff on the arms. There's like a little angel and like a skull box there. There's another little angel, another skull box. There's a wolf on this side. That looks like the Warhammer logo. Yeah. I mean, it's alright. It's alright. It's just nothing really special. Scars. These look great. I like the scars in this game. Detailed. Grisly. Gross. These are all words that you like to associate with scars in character creation systems. It's well done. I kind of feel for the artists that had to do this. Must have been tough work. I hope they were paid well. Height. There you go. It's, yeah, it's a significant amount. It's like a full head higher. Alright? Now, we're going to randomize a little bit. I'm going to say right here that if you randomize the body itself, it doesn't really change much, as you can see. So we are not going to look at it like this. We'll rather zoom in. This is where the good stuff is. And I'm also going to say that this is not entirely random. I don't need to tell you that. You will see it in just a moment. There are a bunch of different presets that we will be jumping between, and you will see them popping up constantly. There are a fair amount of them, even though some of them repeat. There are a fair amount of presets, but it is just that. It's presets. See, like this guy we've seen twice or thrice already. That guy as well. I'm not sure how it's determined. I'm not sure where they come from. This is like Wong from the MCU, isn't it? Scuffed Wong. This one as well. But they are basically presets. And to be perfectly honest, I think it's fine. They made some really fantastic looking characters here. It's really well done. And honestly, it gives you a good enough look at what's available here and what's possible with this character creator. Right? So, yeah. I mean, good on them. It works. We're going to pick this guy. And then we're going to jump into the next section, which is the voices. So, this actually has an effect on your gameplay, right? So your character's personality affects how your character responds to other characters and events. Alright, so this is kind of important. Alright, I'm going to let this entire thing play. It's quite long, but it's cool. It's interesting, and the voice acting's pretty damn good. So enjoy.
Just another day in the Imperial Guard. Only I'm not even part of the Guard any longer. Not since that business with the Commissar, the Court-Martial and the holding cell. Now, I'm part of this merry band of maniacs. For better or worse. Still figuring out what that means, exactly. But most of it seems to be putting the booting on the Emperor's enemies and not getting executed for meeting the wrong stare funny. So I guess I'm better off. At least, so long as the ammo and grub don't run out.
I watched the world die. 8,000 years of defiance, gone in an eye blink. And with it, went some of the finest soldiers I had the honor to serve alongside. Not for glory, not for victory, not even for defiance. But because sooner or later, the void swallows everything. I learned something that day. No world, no bastion, maybe no faith is impregnable. The agents of the enemy are everywhere, watching, plotting, waiting. Only thing to be done with heresy is to root it out with fire and steel.
Another day, another set of useless bloody orders from some useless bloody carker sitting safe in planetary orbit while I'm down here in the mud trying not to get me block knocked off. Just my carking luck. I mean, it wasn't my fault that a few things went missing from the stores now, was it? If they were needed for the war effort, then the quartermaster would have locked the door or at least placed a guard, wouldn't he? No. Wait, come to think of it, there was a guard. And a lot of blood.
So yeah, those are pretty fantastic. I think it's incredibly well done. And what's awesome is that each of the operatives has their own set of voices. There's obviously the male and female ones, but each of the operatives also has their own voices. It's cool. Next up, you have your sentence. This basically just starts you with a different color suit on each of them. That's it. That's it. You can be dereliction of duty, insubordination, misplaced faith, or sedition. That's it. That's literally all of it. Then it gives you a little summary of your story at the end here. You get to randomize a name, or you get to type one in, and that's that. So, let's go back to the females quickly. First things first, we are going to set the eyes. We can put a hairstyle on, facial hair, we'll just put eyebrows on, tattoos off, tattoos, scars. There we go. All right, those eyebrows are a little distracting. Oh no. Sure, let's just put these ones on. Right. Faces. Faces. There are some nice faces here. There are some less nice faces here. Just know that the eyebrows don't make the woman, okay? I just selected whatever that is, and it might have been a mistake. I apologize. Hopefully I can rectify it in the next section. So you're not picking between a bunch of different supermodels here. And to be perfectly honest with you, that's probably for the best, because why would there be supermodels fighting in the damn trenches, you know? It also just seems to fit quite well with the Warhammer universe and all the rest. I like it. I like it. So, that said, there are some nice choices here. You pick the one you want. We're going to pick one and we're going to look at the skin colors. It is again like older, younger. It is bigger, smaller, and so on and so forth. Skin colors, yeah, decent. Let's go over here. Eye colors. Not much more impactful than on the male side of things. Their eyes might be slightly bigger, but that's probably just because of the face we chose. There you go. And then you can cloud over the one side, cloud over the other side, or cloud over both. Hairstyles. Bald. Bald. Bald with a patch there? I'm not sure. That patch is not meant to be there. I'm not entirely sure what that is. It might be part of the face. Yeah, it's part of the face. Okay. Worry not, my friends. It is just part of the face. Okay, hairstyles. As I mentioned, these are the same as the male ones. There you go. I think they look okay. And I think it's probably enough choices for you to make something that you like, you know? And let's go on this one. Let's look at the hair colors. All right selection here. It's basically all the colors that you'd expect in reality without hair dye. Okay, facial hair. Now we can finally fix the eyebrows or unfix them. Females do not get beards. That may already have been obvious at this point. You get to pick between different eyebrows, but that's about it. It's probably for the best. It's probably for the best. The color here is just your hair color. It changes all of it at the same time, so do not worry. Right. Facial tattoos. There it is. Also the same as the males. In case you were wondering, it just says purge down there, and it's got a tooth. Fantastic. We'll leave tooth purge on, because why not? Just why not? Here you have slightly less real estate for tattoos, but I don't think that they put stuff under the covers anyway. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. There's a lion. It seems to be a little chilly, a little nippy in here. There we go. These are, you know, like, I think they would be kind of cool if they were slightly darker or more, like, impactful. It's like, you know, you might say, oh, you know, if you put, like, a paler skin tone on, then the tattoos will look better. And they do. They do, but only slightly. I'm just not that impressed by tattoos, but I'm never impressed by tattoos. So, like, you guys, you have to, like, as a game dev, you'd have to do something truly spectacular to impress me with the tattoos. I just don't really like tattoos on characters for the most part. I think that there are some fantastical designs that can be set up using tattoos, but they are slightly more niche. These scars are always just so impressive. So impressive. It's cool. That's cool. And then finally your height. It's a decent amount different. Now we're going to move on to the randomization. I'm going to tell you, as we enter this, that there's no real point in showing the body itself. I'm going to zoom into the face, so you can see. I was very impressed by this. There are some really cool looking sort of characters that they show here, but they are actually presets. It's not fully random. You will see. We're going to jump through them, and every now and then Trinity from the Matrix is going to be there staring back at us. Just saying. Jade from Beyond Good and Evil might pop in too from time to time. But it's not completely random. That is like scuffed Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. That's to me at least. And just you wait for Trinity from the Matrix. She's coming, huh? She's coming. Don't worry. She'll be here. We had like 3 variations of the same one there. Yeah, listen. She's coming, huh? Believe me when I say, she will arrive. There you go. Larger than life. So yeah, that's a good enough look at it. Let's take her. And let's move on. Voices. Enjoy.
Just another day in the Imperial Guard. Only, I'm not even part of the Guard any longer. Not since that business with the Commissar, the Court-Martial and the holding cell. Now I'm part of this merry band of maniacs, for better or worse. Still figuring out what that means exactly. But most of it seems to be putting a booting on the Emperor's enemies, and not getting executed for meeting the wrong stair funny. So I guess I'm better off. At least. So long as the ammo and grub doesn't run out.
I watched a world die. 8,000 years of defiance gone in an eye blink. With it went some of the finest soldiers I had the honor to serve alongside. Not for glory. Not for victory. Not even for defiance. But because sooner or later, the void swallows everything. I learned something that day. No world, no bestie, and maybe no faith is impregnable. The agents of the enemy are everywhere. Watching, plotting, waiting. Only thing to be done with heresy is to root it out with fire and steel.
Another day, another set of useless bloody orders from some useless bloody carker sitting safe in planetary orbit, while I'm down here in the mud, trying not to get my block knocked off. Just my corking luck. I mean, it wasn't my fault that a few things went missing from the stores now, was it? If they were needed for the war effort, then the quartermaster would have locked the door, or at least placed a guard, wouldn't he? That was just the start. Nothing goes right for me. And the latest thing, the one that got me here. Don't want to talk about it.
I love how that one actually goes off the script at the end. You know, it's like supposed to be the same as the male one, but that one just like wings it, and it ends up being better. Actually better. Next, after the voices, those were fantastic, by the way. We have your sentence. This just decides what kind of jumpsuit you have. It's dereliction of duty, insubordination, misplaced faith, or sedition. It literally just selects a color of jumpsuit for you. And then you have the full recap. Yeah? And that's it. So now, we're going to back all the way out. And we're going to jump in on the Zealot Preacher. So, all these options here are the same on all of them. And I mentioned in the other one, the only one that actually gives you anything extra is Cadia. It gives you 2 different eye shades or colors. And this stuff seems to be random every time you jump in here. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. You get to choose your childhood. You get to choose growing up. Your defining moment. And then you get to do your appearance. We are going to be starting with the males. Then we'll do some randomization, listen to their voices. Then we'll jump onto the females and do the same there. So, male. Let's jump in. I'm going to select the first one, and then I'm actually just also going to fix these guys up a little bit so that we have sort of, I want to say nothing. I've now taken all the facial hair off. It kind of looks a little weird. Let me just put the eyebrows back on. I just want to take the tattoos and the scars and stuff off, basically, so that you can get a good look at the face. And then let me... God, I'm doing so much stuff here. Let me put a hairstyle on that doesn't cover the face. There we go. Right. So, let's see what they look like. These are going to look rather familiar to you if you watched the Sharpshooter section. Because as far as I understand... they might not be exactly the same, but they are almost exactly the same. My guess is they are the same. Yeah. I didn't go and like one-to-one compare them, but there are some fantastic faces here. So, yeah, I'm all for it. It's all good. We're going to jump into the skin colors quickly. Doesn't go super dark. Mention this all the time. It might be a low reason, I don't know, but yeah, it's I guess it's fine. It's fine. Eye colors. These are the 2 that are locked behind Homeworld Cadia. Nothing special about them, but there they are. I actually think that it would be kind of cool if you could zoom in even further on this character creator. I think that it would definitely look alright. It seems to be so detailed that you could probably go all the way in and it would look fantastic. Let's go for green eyes today. You can cloud one over, cloud the other one over, or cloud both over. Hairstyles. Here we go. As I mentioned, there is some different stuff here. Not a lot. It might be like 2 styles. Some bald styles. Got this one up here. Slightly longer version of that one. Then you've got this one. This was definitely not available on the Sharpshooter side of things. It's like a fully receded hairline. This guy over here. Another interesting one. There's another one. That's not the same. I love the physics, dude. The hair physics are fantastic. Awesome stuff. And the long one. I love this, man. Every time I see this. God. Sheesh. And the fact that you can put it on the males and the females actually just makes me happy, you know? It makes me happy. So let's take the new style. Let's take this one. Because why not? Why not? I like it. There you go. Actually, you know what? You can make a pretty cool looking character with this, okay? I mean, geez. Listen, I'm not laughing at people with receding hairlines. I'm laughing at the absurdity of all of it. That there are probably going to be people out there complaining about the receding hairline in the world of Warhammer 40k, where so much else is going wrong. God, I love the facial hair in this game. I think it's so well done. It just looks so natural, so real, so good. Yeah, like this guy. Oh my god. I like it. I like it. For whatever reason, I feel like this just works. This is a vibe. Is it a good vibe? No, but it is a vibe. Let's put the eyebrows back on. Facial tattoos. Let's have a look. As I mentioned, there's a little bit different here, but not a huge amount. This is the one that says the love we share. Actually, yeah, there we go. I was about to say. That's a pretty big one. Maybe this is why his hairline's receded, so there could be space for the massive 2 on his head. Alright. We have to go with this one. Like, come on. Body tattoos. The lion, the spider. Valkyrie. It's the little angel dudes. The other angel. Cherubs. I guess technically they're cherubs. And then let's do the scars. Sheesh, look at that one. And can I just point out to you something else that's kind of impressive is look how the scar actually interacts with the tattoo. There's interaction there. It's not ignoring the fact that the tattoo's there, look. It's really good. God, look at it. Yeah, man. Kudos to these guys from Fatshark. They know what they're doing. I dig it. Okay. Then finally you get to do the height. Yeah, it's a slider. It's the only slider. It's the height slider. Now we're going to randomize a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on the face because you don't actually get to see much changing on the body. Let's see if there is anything interesting here. Those of you with keen eyes will realize that these are presets that we are going through. They are, in fact, predetermined and pre-generated. There are some different presets on the different operatives, and I guess that's cool. Again, it makes sense because there are different hairstyles and, you know, there are different tattoos and stuff like that, but these are presets. You'll see we jump in through the same ones constantly. The same ones are popping up here. So, the randomize function in this game, it's sort of, you know. It's there, and it gives you at least some, like, variety. Like, I like the fact that if you look at this guy, for instance, big face, big ears, like, nice big schnoz, lots of, like, sort of skin roughage and stuff like that. And then you jump over to the different guys, like, much smaller face. He's got some stuff going on with his eye over there. Got, like, a bunch of bruising under both eyes. It's like the whole look and feel of the character actually changes. And that's not always possible with these character creators. I don't want to throw names under the bus, but there are lots of character creators out there where your character feels like it has no story. It has no soul, you know? And this game, man, maybe a little too much going on here. Like they gave these characters too much feeling, too much story. I feel bad looking at them. Whatever little light was in those eyes, it's long gone. It's long gone. Okay. Let's have a look at the next section. Personality, this is your voice. This is kind of important. This affects how your character responds to other characters and events. But it is, for the most part, your character's voice. Enjoy.
This is simply unacceptable. I am a chosen emissary of the Master of Mankind. I am not some common criminal to be shackled and tormented by jailers who, if I am to be kind, hail from amongst the basest and most inadequate simpletons who clingeth like limpets to humanity's lowest rung. And as for my crimes, that hablock was steeped in heresy.
Its denizens a wicked brand of apostates and ne'er-do-wells. When the enforcers refused to take action, what else was I to do?
Life without faith is mere existence beneath the all-consuming shadow of heresy, without so much as a candle to hold that darkness at bay. It is the fate of some to pass from this life as mere kindling, whereas mine is to light the flame. And I see that I am needed in this place, at this hour. For is it not said that if 10,000 feckless souls burn in the flames of perdition to awaken the fervor of one righteous man, then the Emperor rejoices? Aye, it is.
Without hope, there is no purpose to revenge. Without justice, the wounded perish and wicked prosper. For what is there to prevent these things? Justice, more than anything, was the gift bequeathed by the Emperor of mankind. And I shall see it carried to all corners of his Imperium. But make no mistake. Justice plays no favorites. And nor do I. The corrupt should fear me as readily as the heretic or the traitor.
These are just fantastic. I mean, after the first one, the agitator, I was like, okay, and that's not the fanatic? I love it. I love it. They got some seriously cool voice actors for this. Then next up, you get to pick your sentence. This is just, in essence, picking what kind of prison garb you have on. You can pick dereliction of duty to get yellow, insubordination for red, misplaced faith for green, and sedition for blue. Then finally, here's the recap and your name. Okay, let's go back to the female. Body type female. Face. I'm gonna leave the... okay, let's just take the scars off. It's fine. That's fine. Right, faces. I'm going to put the skin color, whatever, somewhere over here. And then let's have a look at them. Somewhere sort of in the middle. Is this hairstyle going to mess with it for you guys? Hold on. I'll switch the hairstyle. God. I'm like hoping for a quick switch. Yeah, that's not happening. Now there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to take off. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Faces. Some decent choices once again. I love the fact that there are some really square-jawed ladies here who look like they can take and give a punch, which is fantastic to me. I like the fact that you have bigger eyes, bigger ears, smaller ears. It changes everything on the face. You have the different ethnicities as well. You obviously have to put it together yourself. They're giving you the pieces to this puzzle. You put it together any way you like. You know, even if the piece doesn't fit, you can sort of brute force it in there, and it'll probably look okay. So, skin colors. I keep mentioning this, but I think the skin colors are fine. They work. I feel like they could go like 2 shades darker maybe, but they're good. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Okay. Let us jump into the eye color. It's nice that we started with the eyebrows on this time. Nothing super special here. I think that the blue is actually quite special. It looks nice, but it's not super special. It's just quite special. The darker ones also look kind of good. It just suits the theme, you know. That said, let's go for the darker one. Then you can cloud that one over, cloud this one over, or cloud both over. Right on. Hairstyles. Exciting stuff. The revolutionary 4-bald system. You will notice that these are not all the same as the male ones. On the Sharpshooter, they were exactly the same, right? There was not a single difference. On this, you don't actually get the receding hairline on the females. You get this one. You get this one. But you don't get the receding hairline here. Which, I mean, it's a different form of sexist. It's actually just exclusion for the sake of exclusion, I want to say. It's not really sexist. It's just weird. I mean, like, come on, man. Just give the lady a receding hairline. She clearly wants it. Okay? So, hair colors, before I forget. I was going to do the hair color over there, but let's do it over here. There we go. I kind of, like, a small part of me wishes the red was redder, because then I would have gone for the red myself. But, yeah, it's fine. I kind of like these grey ones, too. So, there's enough. There's enough. There's definitely enough here. Facial hair. It changes the face so much, right? It just shows how important facial hair is. All the way through. Again, these colors, they are just the hair colors, right? Facial tattoos. That says something. The Emperor... something. Protects. God, did I just get that? I think it's it, and it says love on this side. It feels so random. God. Oh my god. Penance. There's this one. Actually, for some reason, I really like this one. With the massive 2. This is this smudgy one around the eyes. Those are some serious prison... This is like some serious prison tats here. And finally, Purge. Let's go with Purge. Body tattoos. There we go. Did I skip one? Huh. No worries. We look at it again. Underwhelming. Not always a big fan of the tattoos. I love everything else. It's just like I sort of snooze. When we go down here, it's like cool, 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 snooze, 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 cool, cool, cool. I don't know. It's always just, it's a me thing, guys. It's a me thing. I mean, it might be a you thing too, and I'd love if you told me. You can leave a comment and say, yeah, it's a me thing too, Lumen. God, I can't stand tattoos in character creators because they never look good. Except if it's a big 2 on the head. That's fantastic. I love that you can use the lore system in this. And you can probably concoct a nice little story with the lore system. Then you can come in here and you can actually illustrate that story if you want. You know? If you're like a battlefield survivor that was saved by your sergeant, and you come from a planet that exploded, then maybe these are the scars of someone who survived a planet exploding and then also went to war and was rescued by their sergeant. I don't know. It's up to you guys to be creative. I'm not here to be creative. I'm just here to give you the tools, show you what's available. Yeah, let's go for the big lady. Okay, now we are going to randomize. I'm not going to leave it zoomed out because there's no real point. The body tattoos are boring. Let's see what we got here. I love it. God. Some of them are terrifying. Like, absolutely straight, bone-chilling terrifying. And then there's Trinity from The Matrix. Oh, shit. Like this one. Mass Effect. Andromeda. Sloane Kelly. Yeah. She even made a little smirk at that. That's how I feel Sloane would have looked. I don't actually know what Sloane looked like because I never played the game. I only read the books. Yeah. Scuffed Jade. Scuffed Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. From that game that will never release. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and talk about how much I wanted Beyond Good and Evil to be a thing. Okay. Let's get back to the character creation, guys. Okay, so randomize. You can see that it is giving you a bunch of different presets, constantly repeating them. There are a lot of them, and some of them seem to be rare finds. It's like finding a shiny or a Luma. But, hey, they're there. Let's take this one, and then let's jump on to the next section. It's not a full randomized system. Again, it's just picking between different presets. It's fine. Let's listen to these. Enjoy.
Life without faith is mere existence beneath the all-consuming shadow of heresy, without so much as a candle to hold that darkness at bay. It is the fate of some to pass from this life as mere kindling, whereas mine is to light the flame. And I see that I am needed in this place at this hour. For is it not said that if 10,000 feckless souls burn in the flames of perdition to awaken the fervor of one righteous man, then the Emperor rejoices? Aye, it is.
This is simply unacceptable. I am a chosen emissary of the Master of Mankind. I'm not some common criminal to be shackled and tormented by jailers who, if I am to be kind, hail from amongst the basest and most inadequate simpletons who clingeth like limpets to humanity's lowest rung. And as for my crimes, that hab block was steeped in heresy. Its denizens a wicked band of apostates and ne'er-do-wells. When the enforcers refused to take action, what else was I to do?
Without hope, there is no purpose to revenge. Without justice, the wounded perish and wicked prosper. For what is there to prevent these things? Justice, more than anything, was the gift bequeathed by the Emperor of Mankind, and I shall see it carried to all corners of his Imperium. But make no mistake. Justice plays no favorites, and nor do I. The corrupt should fear me as readily as the heretic or the traitor.
Once again, like, awesome. I think one or two of these voices might have been on the other class as well, but like the judge, for instance, is definitely unique. I think the agitator might have also been unique. I don't know, but these are awesome. And once again, if you didn't read this here now, it affects how your character responds to the other characters in the game and the events that happen. So cool. It's a great system. I love how they have this full like paragraph so you can get a real feel for the character that you pick in. I think it's great. Then you get to pick your sentence, which is in essence basically just you picking the prison garb that you're gonna have on. Yeah, it's really nothing special. You get to be sentenced for dereliction of duty, insubordination, misplaced faith, or sedition, which gives you yellow, red, green, or blue, respectively. Then when you're done with this, and that is all just flavor once again, then you get to see your full summary. And you get to randomize your name or type your own one in. Yeah, you can just be Justine. Why the heck not? Okay, back to the start. Here we are. Psyker, Psykinetic. Let us jump into the customization, my friends. So, if you perhaps jump in here using the timestamps, your choices that you make for the lore stuff here, it is mostly just fluff. It's how you want to build your character. There are a lot of cool choices here. It's cool how it scrolls between the planets here and shows what they look like. But again, for the most part, it is just fluff. Cadia has 2 extra eye shades, so I usually pick this for the customization purposes. You get to pick your childhood, what you did growing up, what your defining moment was. Lots of cool art there, lots of cool stuff there, but mostly just extras. This is what we're after. So, let's take the scars off quickly. His eyebrows falling off. What the hell? Oh my god. Ah, shit. Let's take the facial hair off. That's not a good look, man. That is not a good look. Okay, let's check the faces out. Here we go. I feel like these might be different, but I'm not sure. A lot of cool faces here. Different from one another. I don't mean different from the other operatives, but like, you're covering a sort of broad spectrum here, you know? And I dig it. I mean, a lot of the faces are rather jowly, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think these might be a little different. I don't know, there are some slightly heavier set faces here than there are maybe on the other side of things. Let's take this guy. God. Josh Brolin, right? Okay. I don't know, that's what he looks like to me. Skin colors. You know, Thanos? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Let's go somewhere in between. Then let's check the eye colors out. Casting a bit of a shadow on his eyes there, so it's kind of hard to see the colors. They don't really pop. Hey, they have some unique colors. Look at that. That is super cool. Yeah. Holy crap. I love it. Dude, that is so bright. Like, yeah. I'm taken aback. I didn't know there was anything unique on this. Like, this is the first, like, these are obviously the Psykinetic eyes. Obviously, they're going to, like, show that you have psychic powers or whatever. That's super cool, man. Yeah, like, I didn't know this existed. Nice. Cool, we're definitely taking those. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Then, hairstyles. %100 taking those. This little fluff at the front here. Just be honest with me right now in chat, guys. Come on. Be honest. I want you to put yourself out there right now. Do any of you guys have this hairstyle? If so, what overcame you? No, I'm not shaming. I'm not like, you know, I just want to know how this choice came about. Hey, this is cool. Huh. Yeah, like, to be perfectly honest, this one rather suits this. For some reason, as does this one. I don't know why. I don't know why. But there we go. Let's take this one that I said suits it. Hair colors. God, that's sick. Yeah, I'm so glad I jumped into each of these to customize them individually, because that's really nice. Missing out on this would have been sad. Yeah, I mean, sure. This actually looks nice. Facial hair. Like, this guy rocks it. When you pick this face, he rocks it. I feel like the facial hair doesn't look as good with this coloring. Like, this does it more justice. So let me just go through it again quickly to show you. I think it's mostly because of the skin tone as well. It's sort of, the contrast is... it's just not there. Where's that one eyebrow that was falling off? Seems to be gone. Man, that works. Yeah. So the facial hair color just changes your hair color. It's the whole package. Okay. I'm gonna take this off again. Facial tattoos. Repent. Again, the tooth. Oh, look at that, dude. I hope that there are some new randomized presets that it would go through, because, like, I'd love to see them incorporate these eyes into something. Okay, and that's Purge again. Body tattoos. Same. Body tattoos are the same for everyone. Scars. Yeah, some of these are pretty gnarly. Some of these are pretty gross. But all of these are very well done. And then finally, the height. It's a big boy. It's a smaller boy. Is a big boy. Is a smaller boy. Randomize time. We're going to lose these beautiful eyes, but it's okay. I just hope there's one of these that I can catch in the randomization that will use those eyes. I somehow doubt that there's going to be one, but let's see. For those that perhaps don't see it, the randomized system is not completely random. It's just jumping between presets. But again, it has enough variety to make it feel sort of random, and that's fine. It's going to take a little bit for me to see if there is actually a special one for this set, for the Psykinetics. I don't think there is one. So if you want to use those eyes, You're gonna have to do it yourself. Like, it would look kind of cool if you take basically any one of these and just put those bright eyes on, right? Like, that's sick. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the randomize. And then next up, we have the voices. These are your personality, and they affect the way you respond to people and how you respond to events that happen in the game. So this is a pretty important choice. Pretty
I've
important.
dreamed many dreams before, but never like this. They're normally nicer, with delicious food and flowers and comforting colors. Oh, and songs to warm the heart and lighten the soul. I like songs, but there isn't any music in this dream. Everything's loud and angry and has sharp teeth. My beloved insisted I am not to worry, that the dream and everything within it will unfold precisely as it should. I'm sure it will.
I should have known the Enforcers would not tolerate me forever. My skills, they valued, but my nature, that they despised. I was a convenience, one who could glean truths they could not, who could follow a trail of evidence like a shining path when all others remained blind to its existence. And all of it asking nothing in return. That I brought closure to the grieving, and the guilty to the penitent's pyre was my reward.
It seems that no matter how low I set my expectations, it can always get worse. A lifetime spent in the mire, hiding from the witch-seekers and the bigots in the most desolate places the Imperium of Man has to offer. Forced to sell my incomparable skills to smugglers, hive-gangers, bounty hunters, and all their block-headed ilk merely to survive. Alas, such has always been the way for my kind. If we are not slain out of hand, dissected, drafted, or dragged aboard unmarked vessels never to be seen again.
God, those were the best so far. Man, I love those. Really cool. Really, really cool. If you haven't, you should listen to the voices on the other ones as well. On the other operatives, male and female. They're so good. Love it. Okay, then next up you get to pick your sentence. Misplaced faith, insubordination, sedition, or derelict of duty. It just basically gives you a different prison garb. Green, red, blue, or yellow. And then this is the little recap that you get. It just gives you everything that you've selected. And that's that. Let's check the females out. Okay, it's a clean face. What the heck? Lucky. Alright. No scars here. Let's see what we got. These all sort of blur together a little bit for me. So if there are faces that are like specific to these ones, or specific to the sharpshooters, or specific to any of the others, I wouldn't have noticed. I mean, the eyes, those stood out to me, and you'll see in a moment what I mean. But like the faces is kind of hard. You know, it's kind of hard to put my finger on like which ones could be unique or not. I could be looking at all the same faces here every time and I would not know. So, yeah. It is my curse. Let's go for her. Skin color. She has nice angles. I like her angles. And I like that little line right there. I like it a lot. Skin colors are fine. They are fine. Right, let's go pale so that these eye colors make sense. As I was just saying, there are two eye colors that are unique to the Psykinetics. It's these two. As you can see here, they are rather bright. And all the others are rather boring. So you definitely take this one. Then you get to cloud the one over, cloud the other one over, or cloud both over. But no, this makes me happy. I like this a lot. Hairstyles. Let's check these out. There we go. yeah, I mean, it's a decent selection. I get the feeling that there's nothing sort of unique to the females here. Obviously, the males have that receding hairline that's unique. The females, not so much. Not so much. Now, I would take this one, but again, I don't want to cover the face, just so you can see the scars and stuff like that. So we'll take, I guess, this one, or let's go for that one. Hair colors. It's obviously also changing the eyebrows. This one, it kind of gives you the wrong idea. Like the color on there, you know, you don't really see the right color. Let's take this quickly and show you. Yeah, that's slightly better. Honestly, this looks kind of sick. Like that looks kind of nice. Again, I can't go for that now because I want to keep the hair out of the face, but facial hair. Get to mix around the eyebrows. This face is starting to grow on me. I kind of like it. And obviously the bushy brows. I don't know, I'm a bushy brow kind of guy. Let's go for this one. The color here is the same as the hair color. Facial tattoos. Ooh, that's cool. That's unique to them. Didn't see that on any of the others. Oh. Oh, no, that's the one I called a prison tattoo gone wrong. Yeah. Okay, so that's definitely not unique to them. And neither is this one, right? Or does that say maybe the Emperor prospers? Or it says protects, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this one is unique to them. I'll take that. Body tattoos. Nothing special. It says Valkyrie over there. You can't see it because the vest is over it. All right. And then scars. These look great. In a grisly, gnarly, disgusting sort of way. I'm so glad that I found out that these eyes are actually unique. Cool, and then finally you get to change the height. And then you randomize. No doubt losing that beautiful character that we just made forever. I think that this one, with those eyes on, would be kind of nice. Yeah, see? I mean, any of them with those eyes on is kind of nice. Those eyes just make everything better. Even Trinity from the Matrix. So for those that didn't watch the rest of the video, the randomize in this game is not completely random. It basically just gives you, you know, one of a selection of presets. Sometimes, like, some of them are a little different, like it has this preset but with a lighter hair color, you know, or this one with a darker hair color, or whatever, but it's the same presets. You will see the same ones going round and round and round. I guess it's still random, because it's randomly jumping between them, but yeah, it's not fully randomly picking all the different options. Or maybe it is, but just a certain number of times, right? Okay, let's pick her, and just because I have to, we'll do the eyes, and then, oh god, that looks amazing, dude. Like, the quality on this, you cannot deny that it looks fantastic. I'm so excited to listen to the voices right now. So the voices, that's your personality. It affects how your character responds to other characters, and also the events of the game. Let's give it a listen.
I should have known the enforcers would not tolerate me forever. My skills they valued, but my nature, that they despised. I was a convenience, one who could glean truths they could not, who could follow a trail of evidence like a shining path when all others remained blind to its existence, and all of it asking nothing in return. That I brought closure to the grieving, and the guilty to the penitent's pyre was my reward.
I've dreamed many dreams before, but never like this. They're normally nicer, with delicious food and flowers and comforting colours. Ooh, and songs to warm the heart and lighten the soul. I like songs. But there isn't any music in this dream. Everything's loud and angry and has sharp teeth. My beloved insists that I am not to worry, that the dream and everything within it will unfold precisely as it should. I'm sure it will.
It seems that no matter how low I set my expectations, it can always get worse. A lifetime spent in the mire, hiding from the witch-seekers and the bigots in the most desolate places the Imperium of Man has to offer. Forced to sell my incomparable skills to smugglers, hive-gangers, bounty hunters, and all their block-headed ilk merely to survive. Alas, such has always been the way for my kind. If we are not slain out of hand, dissected, drafted, or dragged aboard unmarked vessels never to be seen again.
God, they were really feeling it. I like how they have different accents as well. Like, they cover most of Europe with the accents between all of the different operatives. It's sick. It's really, really, really cool. Well done. Okay, next up, you get to pick your sentence. Misplaced faith, insubordination, sedition, or dereliction of duty. This just gives you a different color jumpsuit. Then finally, the recap. Yeah, and you get to pick your name. So, with that done, we are jumping into what is perhaps the most exciting part of the video. Customization on the Ogryn Skullbreaker. So you will notice that the options here are all the same as on all the other characters. There's nothing special on any of these planets. There's nothing great or fantastical that's going to come your way if you select any of these above any of the others. Except for Cadia, it has 2 eye shades hidden behind it. You get to pick your childhood. You get to pick growing up. And I'm mentioning this very briefly because this is all random stuff. Like, it doesn't set these specifically for the operatives. And there's like a preset number of them. Maybe for these there's like 10 or 15. And it just throws a bunch of them your way. Right? And then you pick one of them. And then you keep going. Throws a bunch here. You pick one. You keep going for your defining moment. And then you customize. Oh shit, here we are. Man, these guys are amazing. So, I'm just going to set the eyes up quickly and take the facial hair off. I'll leave the eyebrows on, take the tattoos off and the body tattoos and the scars, and then we're going to look. So, this is different, right? This is different. We had those like regular old humans for all the previous ones, and now we've got these guys. It's fantastic. I love it. And like, their whole body is actually like, yeah man, look at this. Look at these guys. Whew. Born and bred to be tanks. And born and bred to be derps. Oh, these faces are wonderful. I love it. Look, they actually got some little tusks sticking out there. Oof. Some of them look a little more serious. And others, not so much. The twofers. Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. God. It gives me life. Okay. Skin colors. I'm sorry. Okay, I actually thoroughly enjoy this. It makes me happy. Alright. Skin colors. Let's go over here somewhere. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Eye colors. These are the 2 that are locked behind the world Cadia. The other eye colors, pretty standard fare. Then you get to cloud the one over, cloud the other one over, cloud both over. And that's that. The hairstyles. Let's go. Alright. We got the bald. We got the patchy. The mini hawk. God, when you turn around this way, you can't see shit. His back is so big. Dude, the detail on this. Ooh, it's crazy cool. That's the Friar Tuck, basically. I mean, the Friar Tuck, I think, might be the one that goes all the way around. I don't know. I don't know. You got this guy. It's like the plop on top, I call that. Or maybe that's the plop on top. God. And then you got a little quiff. Yeah. Okay, let's go for this one. This is handsome. Well, okay, wait. Let's go for this one and look at the colors. And then we'll go for that one. Alright? I'm actually curious about their facial hair now. I saved this. I saved this as a surprise for myself. I'm so glad I did. It's amazing. I can't wait to hear the voices. Ooh. Okay. Let's go with the darker one. And then let's go with the handsome little cowlick. And then let's check the facial hair out. So there's nothing. That actually for some reason just looks, yeah, like it makes sense. Oh, there's proper mutton chops, right? Oh my god, look at this. You can make them look cool, or you can make them look like ridiculous. And I appreciate that there's really no middle ground, right? Ooh. Dude, fine beard. Fine beard. Yeah. The color on this is the same as the hair color, basically. So if you're wondering what the heck, that's what the heck. Okay. Let's take the beard off and do the facial tattoos. I don't know what to expect here. These are... That says the... Does it say the Emperor protects? Okay, yeah. The love we share. At the top. This one's got like a lot of different stuff. Oh, there's like a whole verse there. Glorify the immortal... Something, something, something. Praise the immortal... And then something else. I can't tell. It's too small. Oh, okay. And there's that. That's like the Warhammer-ish type symbol. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. You guys are probably going to like shit on me for saying something like that. That's why I should actually not say anything. Fury. Emperor. God. That looks like someone just doodled on his face. Okay, body tattoos. Damn. Now that's cool. Look at that. Look how impactful it is, dude. Look how dark it is. How clear it is. Jeez. Why couldn't they put these on the other ones? These are good tattoos. Dude, what the... I feel like I've been ripped off on every other... This one also has Valkyrie. On every other operative. They all suck balls. This is where it's at. Oh, honor. Man. What? I can't make that out. Ferterra Eternal or something. Jesus, look at this cityscape that he's got on here. That's insane. Emperor. Yeah. Super cool. I mean, my favorite ones are these darker ones. These ones where it's like thicker lines and stuff like this and this. That's really cool. Scars. Like, his face doesn't really have room for more scars. It's like, it's a little messed up already, okay? I mean, sure, maybe on certain faces you'll see sort of more to this. But, you know, I'm gonna say it. I don't know if anyone was thinking it, but I'm gonna say it. I kind of wish that there were females for these guys. I kind of wish that. I don't know, man. I kind of wish that. The height slider, I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't do much here. These guys are just massive. They're just huge. Okay, let's randomize. We're gonna zoom in. This is fantastic. Oh, it's amazing. What? I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, man. Sometimes it does nothing because it like picks the same one. This is awesome. Totally worth it. I hope a bunch of people skip to this just to look at these guys. I hope you click that damn timestamp, huh? God. Again, the detail on this. It is a ridiculous amount of detail. It's a scary amount because you should never be able to see so much detail on a face like this, you know? I love the two fizz. Oh, shit. It's so cool. Man. It's so cool. Alright, let's just pick one of these, and then that's quite enough, guys. That's quite... It looks like some sort of, like an animal. It looks like an no, like a koala. It looks like a koala bear. It's fantastic. I mean, in an endearing kind of way, okay? Voices. So the personality that you pick here, this basically just affects the way your character responds to other characters and events in the game. Let's give it a listen. This is going to be the first time I listen to this as well.
Strange life. Not part of the military. Not part of the Imperial Guard no more. Not after things went bad on Comlar. Funny, really. Ogryns kept fighting long after the little ones ran away. Held that hill for 3 days. Little men in spiky armor charged us again and again. We broke them and threw them onto the rocks. 3 days we held alone. But there were no medals, no food, only big, angry words.
If you want to win, you send for the biggest, meanest and angriest you've got. That's me. Not these runts. They can't hold a proper gun. Can't hold a proper knife. Scream in pain all the time. Or just because it's fun. Or because they're bold. Idiots. Not good enough. Not gonna win. Not without me. Everyone agrees. Everyone I talk to, anyways. And people like talking to me. If they know what's good for them.
Not sure how I got here. Never am. Don't much care, long as I know who to crump. That's what Ogryns are for. Fight for Emperor, die for Emperor. Good life, long as you're strong. And there's no one stronger than me. Shame about me boss. Tried to save him, couldn't. Didn't. Won't let it happen again. Inquisitor says we got to protect this world. So that's what I'm gonna do. Make Emperor proud. Keep me mates alive. Gonna be a good time.
Dude, the brawler, this last one, is fantastic. God, what an awesome way to look at life. Like, this guy, he's just, that's it. That's the light in the darkness right there. This guy right here. Yeah, fight for Emperor. Die for Emperor. That's a good life. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. I like it so much. Okay, so when you're done here, you get to pick your sentence. You get to pick your prison garb, basically. You can be sentenced for sedition, dereliction of duty, misplaced faith, or insubordination. It's all the same, really. It just gives you a different jumpsuit. And that is that. When you continue to the next screen, you get your little recap here. And then you can start the game. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of this video. There are a few bits and pieces that I wish I could have sort of gone into like a little more, like the lore stuff. But for the most part, I think I've given you enough. And if you want to read more about the lore stuff, please just go and check the websites out. The official site has a lot of stuff on it. Or jump into the game yourself. It seems like a lot of fun. I think that this character creation and customization system is fantastic. They did a lot of good with it. And to be perfectly honest, it's much more than I expected from this. I think that the style of the characters and the different operatives is also amazing. And then the straight up detail when you actually zoom in on these guys' faces and you get up close to the models is astounding. It's great. It's really, really, really great. And in a game with so much motion and so much constant action, it's crazy to me that they can have such awesome looking models. So yeah, these guys from Fatshark did an impressive job. And I'm all for it. I like it. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'd love to hear which operative's your favorite. Which customization options are your favorite. I'm okay with it if all of you say Ogryn the Skullbreaker. I'm totally down with that. I could immediately tell why. But hey, leave those comments. Let me know how you feel about it. And let me know if you're enjoying the game. Again, I'd love to hear it. So, give this video a like and share it and do all that other good stuff. Check back here soon for more. Enjoy. Enjoy Warhammer 40k Darktide. Because I know I will. Happy that.